Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 11, chapter 14 for me, but probably chapter 13 for most of you. Okay, so next weekly study plan activity is due on the 15th. We extended the deadline for the weekly activity for chapter 13 to November 15th. And I suspect most students are working on chapter 13 this week. I'm sticking with the original schedule, so my videos this week correspond to chapter 14, and those assignments are not due until the 22nd of November. Okay, and then the final quiz is due December the 6th, so there's 3 chapters, 13, 14, 15, and again, that was extended from November 29th as well. Okay, so you've heard me mention before that now that we're into November, you should start thinking about and start working on your PowerPoint presentation. So there's the a registry of topic ideas towards the top of Moodle, so you can look at that for some ideas. You don't have to follow my ideas. You can pick one of your own, but you should probably bounce it off me first, just so we know that it's a good microeconomics topic. Okay, so I did find out about the final exam. So we can have 2 sittings for the exam. I expect most of you students would prefer the morning session because I believe you have another exam Friday morning. But I know that some students work during the day and you would probably prefer the evening session. So I have to make the same requests that we made for the midterm. If you want to write the exam in the evening session, you have to let me know by November 27th so we can notify the campuses. Because if there's nobody writing an exam that evening on their campus, there might not be anybody there. So don't leave it to the last minute. So please let me know by the last Friday of November. Just send me an email saying, hey, I prefer the evening session. Okay, so this week, I know I'm a week out of sync with most of you regarding the chapters, but this week my videos correspond to chapter 14, Income and Poverty. So there's five videos posted this week. One is this agenda video, one is for chapter 14, and then I have 3 supplementary videos that relate to the chapter. So chapter 14 deals with income and poverty, and it's more of a conceptual kind of chapter rather than extensive math. So I think it's interesting from that point of view, and it's just the way things work in society. Us poor people tend to be fascinated with wealthy people, and we tend to want to gawk at them. Just the way we were driving down the highway and you see an accident, so you slow down and you kind of stick your rubber neck out the window to see what's going on. Well, it's kind of the same kind of phenomena between poor people and rich people. We like to see what the rich people are up to. So, and when we talk about the rich, we're referring to this concept of income and wealth inequality. So I've got a brief little video here about some houses in Los Angeles that cost in excess of $100 million, which is obviously a pretty big number because I'm sure the houses of all of us put together don't add up to even half that, or maybe even a quarter of that. Okay, and then there's 2 other supplementary videos. One describes the extent of wealth inequality in the United States, and the other describes the extent of wealth inequality around the globe. Because we sometimes don't, if you're poor like me, we don't meet rich people very often, if ever. So it's kind of interesting to know how the rich are different than you and I, and it has to deal with how much money they have. Anyways, it's kind of interesting. It's quite fascinating to know the extreme wealth inequality that pervades the world, and not just the United States and Canada, but the world. It's even worse in third world countries. Anyways, so that's what's on tap for the week, and then next week I'll do chapter 15, which is the last chapter in the course. Although I know you're all a week, most of you are a week behind, so you probably still have 2 more weeks to go. But anyways, that's it for this week, and we'll talk to you again next week. Don't forget your PowerPoint assignment. Okay, talk to you later.